Um, yes, but based on the observations of the research, I chose this title, Realism and Reality, which I see as two different ways of encountering the world or depicting the world. One, I think, that's related to making an image of it, and the other one is a direct intervention in reality. And I think always as a curator, you have one of the most interesting parts of being a curator is that you get to put works together or next to each other, which you hope strengthen each story or tell a different side of each work. So I think there's a couple of examples that are quite interesting. One is related to portraiture, to the portrait. And we have in one room what you could call the public human, more illustrated. And that goes from this extraordinary light installation by Istvan, where he puts the family of very bourgeois, haute bourgeois collectors, in a sense, under the microscope, just portraits of them, almost like Medici's or something. And then in the same room are portraits from the 1950s, which are in a kind of a socialist realist style of the heroic worker, alongside this documentary video which was shown on television, which relates to the people who make the spiders that they put on their houses as kind of good luck symbols out of metal. And a few other works there as well, which all in some way depict different social classes and their own way of presenting themselves in the public arena. And then in the room next door, where Kalash and a number of other artists are showing, you see a much more intimate private world and the portraits of a private environment where we're no longer projecting ourselves in public, but we're actually withdrawn into our family and friends and into our own world, in a sense. And I think these are two realities, these are two forms of the real, one of which is how you behave when you have to encounter the world, the public, the other people that you don't know, and another one is how you behave behind closed doors, in a sense. And there you have Kalash's amazing technique of working with portraiture, with family photographs, which he then turns into paintings through a machinic process, to Matej Brumen's photographs of these two young boys growing up. And then through to Tomislav Gotovac and this extraordinary series from the 80s, where he is reading Elle magazine in a forest without a shirt on, and somehow again this conflict of the public and private works there. So I think in some ways the both sides are almost on the edge of the public and private lives. That one is on the edge of the public going towards the private, and the other is on the edge of the private going towards the public. And I hope that will be an interesting combination for people to look at when they come to see the exhibition.